From intention to ownership, the new model of influence, understanding influence as a buildable investment. Hi, guys. My name's Amina. I go by Amina K online. And today I've got some amazing breakthrough information that I got to tell you. But first, before I tell you anything more, let's go ahead and jump in and let me tell you a little bit about me and what I've built over the last 2 decades of being online and building brands from the ground up. This is one of my brands right here in this picture. I mean, art. This is one of my physical location brands. But I've built tons of different brands over the last 25 years as an entrepreneur, as a brand builder. And all these brands I have built, I scaled, and I actually still own, or I let go, or I even sold. This is strategy that I have learned over the years of building brands, seeing the patterns. So this is not theory I'm telling you today. It is real implementation on how I build brands, how I think, and how other brands build trust, convert attention, and scale without burning out or chasing trends. So my story wasn't about being an overnight success, not about going viral one day, not getting lucky. It was built on understanding positioning, building systems, and learning buyer psychology. I've done this across multiple ventures, all over different niches. The pattern has always been the same, that when brands communicate clearly, they win, even when they don't have a massive audience. And I've created this framework to help business owners as well as brands and personal brands to stop guessing and stop chasing visibility and start building that leverage they need to stand on, to build that foundation, to make an asset. So, the old model, this is what is often told. You've got to post more, you got to go viral, you got to chase trends. This model only rewards visibility, not longevity. And the outcome is always burnout. The framework changed, like the platform changed, the way that you can make money has changed. And the next new trend, like what is going on right now, and that's never a way to succeed. So what is the new model and what does that look like? Well, the new model is actually about building a foundation on in your industry on a position. Okay. So you're in a position, your brand. You're then from there, you're going to build trust. Then you're going to build systems. And now you have ownership in that industry. So influence is no longer about reach. It is about leverage. And once you learn the formula, then building any brand online or offline gets easier and it's repeatable. Okay, it's repeatable. All right. All this framework I'm teaching can work just as good offline as it does online. Okay. This is the basics of building a long lasting brand foundation. And so, why visibility alone is weak? Reach and impressions are weak. Okay. Visibility without structure only creates noise. It only attracts unqualified buyers, and it traps you in a constant output. You're constantly chasing, you're constantly negotiating, you're constantly justifying your prices. You're constantly trying to figure out what's the next thing that you can sell and the next thing that you can offer. We need to take you out of that, okay? If you continue without a brand foundation with the right framework, that is only going to waste your time, money, and resources forever. Okay. If you build on a foundation, excuse me, if you do not build with a foundation, then you will not have success, online or off. You have to build the right framework. Okay. So you don't waste time, money, or resources. Ownership is the goal. Okay. When you own a brand, like I do with Amina Art, this is another one of my products at Amina Art. So not only do I make artwork at large scale, we make products from the paintings that we create, or I create currently. Again, this is a brand. This is something I've built. This is something that actually has tangible products. This is actually a specific buyer we look at to actually promote to. This is why, these images are positioned in a certain way, in a certain light, in certain places. Again, this is just the foundation of the type of content that you're going to be putting out. Because remember, ownership is the goal. You want to own a piece of the marketplace in your industry. Ownership looks like offers that sell when you're not online, that people talk about, right? That people keep continually, coming back to. Content that feeds your system. So, they watch one and they get addicted because they like your brand. They want to like support you and follow you. How many people do you follow? And before you even start watching the video, you like the post and comment? Think about that. Authority that compounds. Remember, we're building to compound our authority. We want those people to be a part of our brand, to feel good about our brand, to want to promote our brand. So, how premium brands use influence? This is planned success, not guesswork. They don't chase audiences, they attract the right buyers. Okay. So we're not about chasing people. We're not a pick me girl. We're going to attract the right people into our ecosystem, into buying from us, even being allowed to buy from us. Think of Hermes and their Birkin bags, So we're going to attract the right buyers. And that influence becomes deal flows, opportunities, and equity. And that's what builds a real brand. So the strategic shift here, this is the one that will last. Stop asking, how do I get seen? And start asking, how does this turn into an asset? Remember, we're building an asset. Every piece of content is an asset that's going to live forever online. So that's the difference between brand creators and brand owners. Okay. We want to be a brand owner, not a brand creator, not an influencer, an actual creator. You can be known as an influencer. I'm known as an influencer. And how you can look up my name, Amina K, Amina K Thornton, Amina Thornton, Amina Art, Amina Media, Amina Travel. You'll find influencer pages for my name. But at the core of it, I am a brand. I am building a brand. So, strategic influence. What is strategic influence? This is strategic influence, not content coaching. That's what I'm teaching here. I'm not teaching you how to make more content. I'm teaching you how to think strategically and build a real brand. So, this is where it all started. I've been in the online space and building brands and building companies for 25 years now. Yes. Oh, quite some time. I have learned from the very beginning foundations in the digital space from there and built tons of businesses. Some I let go, some I built onto. And then 2008, I had a big success and sold one of my companies with a partner of mine at the time. And from there, continue building brands. Invested in a large network of real estate between those 2 years, between 2008 and 2018. By then, I already had some investments early on, but really just, building that up. In 2018, I decided to start over and started with zero, inherited an audience online. I wanted to go fully in on social media and understanding those new platforms and learned a bunch of different frameworks, got a lot of coaching, did a lot of experimenting, and spent a lot of money figuring it all out and understanding the difference from where I started, literally, 18 years prior to now, a decade later, the new systems and how to integrate what I'm teaching you here into the new frameworks. So, in 2025, now I have an ecosystem of multi brands across all socials. Not only that, I've helped over, or I should say, we at Amina Media has helped over 2,500 plus now over that, I've lost count now, brands clarify, position, and scale online. And we've reached over 1 million people a month and generated over seven-figure brand revenue for multiple brands. So, again, once you understand this framework, you can use it over and over and over and over again. And like I said, I have my name brand, my personal brand. I mean, K. I also have brands underneath my full name. Amina K Thornton, and then I have Amina Thornton. Again, all you can Google all this. You can see that I'm verified on a lot of these on social media because I've built this with a system in mind, with frameworks that I've learned over decades of building brands. Okay. And so with that, we're not guessing anymore. We're building a real foundation. We're building a real asset. We're building a real business here. Okay. And if you're ready to build a real business, if you're ready to move from attention to ownership, then go ahead and apply. You can go ahead and screen capture this. You go to either the website or go ahead and use your phone to use the QR code and fill out the application there. That way, we can better help you get you into the right program to get you started building your solid foundation to turn what you're doing now into an asset that's going to return over and over and over, time and time and year after year for you. Where you're not hustling all the time, where you're not proving yourself all the time, where you're not justifying yourself all the time. So I hope this has gotten you clarity on how to strategically look at what you're building, even in your personal brand or your business brand currently. See what you can start changing now. Make sure you do fill out the application. And I look forward to hearing any of your success stories and learning this framework in the comments. Make sure you follow if you want to see more of these videos and also get information on other things I share here, from business advice to life advice to even motivational stuff. And my podcast is here. I mean, a podcast I record live. Check it out. I've got a lot here that you guys might enjoy. And thank you again for watching and enjoying. My name's Amina. Take care.